There's an old house on the edge of our town, and it's known to be haunted. The locals avoid it, saying strange things happen there. My friends and I never believed the stories until we decided to explore it one summer. My name is Takeshi, and I love adventures. My friends, Kenji and Yuto, are always up for a challenge too. So, when Kenji suggested we explore the old house, we all agreed. We were curious and wanted to see if the stories were true. One sunny afternoon, we made our way to the house. It looked even creepier up close. The windows were broken, the paint was peeling, and the yard was overgrown with weeds. The front door was slightly ajar, creaking in the wind. We pushed the door open and stepped inside. The air was musty, and the floorboards creaked under our feet. Dust covered everything, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling. We wandered through the rooms, finding old furniture and forgotten belongings. Nothing seemed too strange at first, just an old, abandoned house. Then, we found the stairs to the attic. They were narrow and steep, leading up into the darkness. Kenji dared me to go first, and I couldn't back down from a dare. I took a deep breath and started up the stairs, my flashlight in hand. The attic was even dustier than the rest of the house. Old trunks and boxes were piled everywhere, and the air was thick and heavy. As I shone my flashlight around, I noticed something in the corner. It was an old doll, sitting on a chair, its eyes staring straight at me. "Guys, look at this," I called out. Kenji and Yuto joined me, and we all stared at the doll. It had a porcelain face, with cracks running through it, and its clothes were tattered and worn. "Creepy," Yuto said, taking a step back. Kenji picked up the doll, examining it closely. "It's just a doll," he said, but there was a hint of unease in his voice. We decided to leave the doll where it was and explore the rest of the attic. We found old photo albums, books and toys, but nothing as unsettling as the doll. As we were about to leave, I heard a faint whisper. "Did you hear that?" I asked, my heart pounding. "Hear what?" Kenji replied. "I heard someone whispering." We stood still, listening. The whispering grew louder, and it seemed to be coming from the doll. We all turned to look at it, and I could have sworn its eyes were following us. "Let's get out of here," Yuto said, backing towards the stairs. We hurried down the stairs, but I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. As we reached the bottom, the front door slammed shut, and we heard footsteps upstairs. We looked at each other, fear in our eyes. "What's going on?" Kenji whispered. Before we could decide what to do, the whispering started again, louder this time. It echoed through the house, sending chills down my spine. We tried the front door, but it wouldn't budge. We were trapped. "Let's try the back door," I suggested, trying to stay calm. We made our way through the house, but the whispering followed us. It was like the house was alive, taunting us. When we reached the back door, it was locked too. Panic set in as we realized we had no way out. Suddenly, the whispering stopped, and the house fell silent. We stood there, holding our breath, waiting for something to happen. Then, we heard a soft, eerie laugh coming from the attic. It was the doll. We had no choice but to go back upstairs. As we climbed the stairs, the laughter grew louder, more sinister. When we reached the attic, the doll was gone. The chair it had been sitting on was empty, and the attic felt even colder than before. "Where did it go?" Yuto asked, his voice trembling. "I don't know, but we need to find it," Kenji said, his eyes wide with fear. We searched the attic, but the doll was nowhere to be found. Then, the whispering started again, this time right behind us. We turned to see the doll standing in the doorway, its cracked face twisted into a smile. "Leave," it whispered, its voice cold and menacing. We didn't need to be told twice. We ran down the stairs, not looking back. The front door flew open, and we bolted outside, not stopping until we were far away from the house. We never went back to that house again. The locals still tell stories about it, and now we believe them. The doll in the attic is real, and it's still there, waiting for its next victims. I'll never forget the feeling of its eyes on me, the sound of its whispers, and the terror of being trapped in that house. Some things are better left alone.